Well, hi, everybody. Oh, this is so exciting. You don't know how exciting this is for me, and to see this amazing, amazing room full of all of you. I know you've come from like all over the world. There's Australians, Singaporeans, Israelis, people from Denmark, which I guess are Denmarkians, here at the event. In fact, it's astonishing. There are 650 people coming to Gamification Summit yesterday during our workshop day, today and tomorrow, which is just a breathtaking number, and I'm so very, very excited to have all of you here. And I also want to give a special shout out to GSummit alumni. We've now, I guess, been doing it long enough that there's a core group of people here who've been multiple times. Some of you who've had the benefit of taking more than one workshop with us, and I love that you want to keep taking them. That's amazing. But it's really fantastic to have our alumni here, and you'll be able to recognize alumni by a little red icon that's on their badge. And so if you're interested, as I'm sure all of you are, in becoming increasingly involved in gamification, using it in your products and services at your companies, in your organization, in the governments that you work for, you might want to seek out some of the alumni who are here and ask them about their experiences, how they've accomplished what they've accomplished, how they do what it is that they do every day in using these techniques. So super, super excited to have all these folks here. We also are blessed to have over 50 amazing faculty members from all around the world coming and speaking to us today. As many of you have seen, it's the biggest program we've ever done. There's main stage sessions both mornings and 2 tracks in the afternoon on both days, just chock full of exciting sessions. And you know, the truth is, I personally am super excited to see every single one of them. And I'm sure that you too will be enthused to see all of them. And for those of you who are attending with us live today, you'll be able to access them live via Fora.tv. So if you don't get to see every session today, you'll be able to catch, and tomorrow you'll be able to catch those sessions that you didn't see via live streaming. And welcome to everybody who's watching us live and at home. Now, I want to say one thing. So when you run your own conference, there are mostly stress and nerves, but a couple of perks. And one of those perks is that you get to stamp out some of the stuff that really, really pisses you off about other conferences. And I go to lots of events, and I'm sure many of you in this room spend a goodly time at events throughout the year. And so for this edition of GSummit, I decided to eliminate, or at least hopefully fix, 3 of the things that really, really, really bug me about most of the events that I go to on a regular basis. And the first one is the length of the average session. So I believe that anything meaningful, and I think this is learning from TED really, meaningful, insightful things can be said in 18 minutes. And so none of the sessions at Gamification Summit are longer than 18 minutes. But we've also built in Q&A time for everybody, including on our main stage, our keynote sessions as well, because I think it's important that people get to ask their questions of the speakers. So we've tried to take both of those things, short, focused sessions with Q&A, and make that the kind of hallmark of how we do sessions here at GSummit, and I'm looking forward to your feedback. And I know that the speakers have been practicing really hard to get in on time, so we're gonna show our appreciation for the fact that they're able to, turn what at other events is like a 47-minute rambling discussion into an 18-minute focused sharing of tips, tricks, ideas, knowledge, and data. The second thing that I really, really, really hate are crappy conference box lunches. I think they literally suck the life out of my soul. So at Gamification Summit, those of you who are friends of mine know that I really love food. So anyway, this is what I had to do. So this year at Gamification Summit, all the catering is provided by San Francisco's best food trucks. So starting today through the rest of the event, I'm sorry for the people at home. You won't be able to eat with us. But for those of you who are here, we've got an amazing assortment of different food trucks coming in from all across the Bay Area to serve you today, tonight, tomorrow. So hopefully you'll have a great wide range of things to eat and you won't be sad. And last but not least, I think that everybody at a conference, Twitter is an important tool at conferences. It's a great way to keep in touch with people, find out what's going on, follow the hashtag, see the zeitgeist of the event and so on. But I actually don't think that Twitter is well optimized for conferences. So we actually, at Dopamine, we actually decided this year for Gamification Summit to build a new gamified Twitter application, which we called mcube. And mcube is available for you to use at m.gsummit.com now. You can point your mobile browsers to it or your computer browser to it, and I highly recommend that you do. We've tried to solve many of the problems that Twitter encounters in a conference setting. Principally, the first thing is it has your full schedule for all the days today and tomorrow with all the different sessions on it, so you can quickly access what it is that we're working on. You can check in to each individual session and then actually rate that session right there. So a quick kind of star rating for every speaker, give instant feedback about what you think is exciting and interesting about it, and you can see who else has checked in. mcube lets you easily tweet and retweet the things that you're hearing in the session and interesting kind of memes that you're seeing people post. So it's a way of kind of taking notes and sharing the most interesting things from Twitter without having to continuously retype it or wait for the big Twitter feed to refresh so that you can see what's happening. It's a basically near real-time tool to see what people at the conference are saying. So if you see somebody else who's attending saying something that you think is really interesting, you don't need to rewrite it. You can just hit the retweet button. And of course, all of these things are being tracked. You can see how you're performing. You can also, as a tweeter and retweeter, so creator of memes and so on, but also the speakers actually can see how many of you are attending, what you think of them, how many tweets and retweets they're generating as a form of feedback about how interesting and insightful the work it is that they do. Now, not to be left without some sort of incentive, we've also crafted a series of really pretty spectacular prizes that you can win if you're among the top score getters on mcube over the next 2 days. And I'm going to share with you a couple of those prizes. Only people who are here are eligible to win them. The first thing is that we have 2 amazing secret sessions tonight during our attendee party. Mr. Tim Vandenberg, who's here, who's one of the speakers this morning, number 2 rated Monopoly player in the United States, and Jeff Ma, who is one of the protagonists in the story 21 and Bringing Down the House, who's also speaking here at GSummit, will both be giving to the top 10 score getters on mcube a private clinic tonight on how to play Monopoly like a pro and how to count cards in a casino like a pro. So those are 2 prizes that the top 10 point getters at mcube will get a chance to do. And I'm not eligible, but certainly I'd love to take either of those. Tomorrow we also have a secret session that only the top score getters from tomorrow morning will get access to, and you'll find out what that is tomorrow. And then also there's some additional prizes, including those supplied by sponsor Badgeville. It includes a white iPad. And you can also see that mcube lets you look at both the session that you're in and the aggregate kind of zeitgeist for the event, so you can see everything that everybody is talking about. And I think it's going to be super, super fun, and I want to encourage all of you, whether you're a creator or a consumer of content around the conference, to hit m.gsummit.com and use mcube as an alternative for Twitter.